Hi everyone, it's Q of Aqleqtic Tarot, and today we're going to take a deep dive into the energetics behind obsession and what makes people who are obsessed with others do what they do. So, if you're interested in finding out what that's all about, continue watching this video. Okay, so what I did was I laid out the aces of this deck because when we're looking at the energetics of why people do things, we're going to have to start at the beginning. And the aces are the beginnings of all, right? They're the beginnings of all that we do, whether it's emotionally through cups, whether it's action oriented through wands, whether, it's the thought processes with the swords, or, just how they are as a person, how the world views them with the pentacles. All right. So we're going to start examining this from environment, Ace of Pentacles. So we're going to move these other aces out of the way, and we're going to focus in on the environment. The environments of people who are obsessed, taking a look at the environment around them. And all of these will be broken up by chapter. So, if you just want to scoot ahead to a different chapter, be my guest, all right? All right, so energetic-wise, Spirit, tell me about the environments. What's going on around people that can bring them to the point of obsession. All right, so this first one, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this right off the rip is saying that some people just have a childhood, a rearing, an upbringing that's just not favorable. No one grows up in an entirely perfect environment, but some people just really have parental issues, family issues with their mothers that are just unfavorable, and that can definitely help set the tone for what they do later on in life. All right. And this right here is the Page of Wands. So we're talking about an unfavorable upbringing that plants the seeds for future actions that these people, who do the obsessive things will take. So that's very interesting. All right. Okay, and this is the Moon in reverse. So these parental issues, these issues with their environment, it leads them to plant the seeds that will become, their obsessive actions in the future. And this is cyclical. It's cyclical. And when I say it's cyclical for them, it's because if their environment isn't changing, if it's not becoming better, then it's more and more and more of the same things. That's, the seeds will be planted. The seeds will be planted, and we have the cyclical energy. And notice it's ugly. It is not favorable. It is not happy. Lots of illusions. So when they're in these unfavorable childhood upbringings, these unfavorable environments, this starts planting the seeds of not only the actions that they're going to take in the future, but the illusions of grandeur. The cyclical illusions of grandeur, where they start to think about, fantasize about so many different things, and so many things that for them are unrealistic, that are for them out of reach, that are for them seems logical, even if it has its basis in negativity. Okay, so I know, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a mental health professional, I am not a counselor, but, when we go and we look back, and for the most part, when we examine, people who are obsessed, people who do obsessive things, even people, those people who start to go into the criminal element of things, it's usually starting with an unpleasant upbringing. Okay? So, I mean, it is what it is, and we just have to accept it as that. So, let's see what else we can get about their environment. Okay. This one here. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. So, they have these upbringings that aren't the best, that plants the seeds for their future actions, and also helps to bring about, the illusions of grandeur, the thoughts that they hide in their minds, that they don't tell, anyone about. And this Three of Swords in reverse is showing the beginnings of, and again, like I said, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, we're just looking at the energetics of things. I'm not a counselor. All of this is the beginning of a fractured mind, a fractured thought process, where they can't keep things together. Again, like I said, this illusions. So if they're thinking about things silently, quietly, where do you think about things? In your mind. So this right here is the fractured thought processes that are because of the childhood, the environment that isn't the best. For children, like I said, no one grows up in a perfect environment. But, there are some things that are just completely detrimental to the formation of a person, and, not so good parental relations. Maybe, moving from home to home, and someone envisioning, they wish they had X, Y, and Z so that they can be stable. There's no stability in their home environment. So all of that, we have this fracturing. We have this fracturing of their minds, and it's fracturing, it's themselves, it's reality, and then it's non-reality. So this is a period that's going to be a gestation period. It's like also planting the seeds of thoughts and thought processes that are unhealthy, right? That leads to, obsession. All right. And this is the Two of Cups. Okay, so some people in these situations have that one friend, that one person that they confide in. There are a lot of people who, they had that close friend growing up in childhood. And when I say close friend, it could have been even a pet, as weird as it sounds. It could have been a pet. It could have been a close school friend. It could have been that friend from the neighborhood. It could have been a cousin. And they're trusting and confiding in this person somewhat, not completely, but somewhat. But, and then this is Temperance in reverse. So this is what I'm getting from this, is that we have this fracturing going on. And I'm not saying that this is a loss of that person, but even somewhere with this friendship, this partnering, like I said, that friend, that close, some of us had cousins that we grew up with, that we were really close with, that friend, that schoolmate, that pet. Somewhere, because we have to fracture thought processes, somewhere this becomes somewhere, this becomes unhealthy. It becomes unbalanced. And guess what? We don't always have our friends for forever. We don't always have our family members around for forever. We don't always have, those pets around forever. And what I'm getting is it could be a possible loss of that little bit of closeness, that little bit of normal living. And then when they lose it, here comes the imbalance. They can't maintain anymore. But they're hiding this for so long. They're hiding this. These are people who know how to hide their secrets very well. They know how to fake the funk, so to speak. They know how to navigate in the society when they know they really need help and need therapy. Again, like I said, I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a psychologist. We're just reading the energetics of these things. And there is so much unbalanced energy. We're unbalanced here. We're unbalanced here. We're unbalanced here. There is so much unbalanced energy in the past for people who get to be obsessive that it really, really plants the seeds for the erraticness, for the what the hell is going on, why are you doing this, of their future actions. It's quite unfortunate, but like I said, when we are looking at infamous people in society who do crazy things, who do non-normal things, when we're starting to get into dereliction, when we're starting to get into, people who commit crimes and things like that, especially, the serial unalivers, and things like that. There is something going on in their childhood that brings about and fractures who they are as a person, and we see that later on manifested in their lives. And what I'm getting, that energetically, when it comes to how people who obsess and do crazy obsessive things, it's a very similar childhood and upbringing for them as well. So that's looking at the energetics behind, their stability, their home path. All right. So we're going to move this ace out of the way, and we're going to examine from the Ace of Swords. And I put it in reverse because the childhood they have no control over, right? But every person that thinks their thoughts do not have to act out on their thoughts. Acting out on your thoughts is a choice. So, and it's not good to do some of the things that people who are obsessed with others do. So that's why I'm reading this from the reverse position. That's why we're going to be examining the energetics of the thought processes of people who obsess, starting from the Ace of Swords in reverse position. All right. So that's why we're going to gather these, and we're going to do some shuffling just so we can start to examine. All right. All right, Spirit. And this deck is Tarot Apocalypsis. It's a very beautiful deck. It's a very powerful deck because it examines humans through various civilizations and the actions that were the rise and fall of those civilizations. So there's a lot of human essence in this deck. All right. All right, Spirit. Show us the energetics behind the thought processes of people people obsessed? Like, why are these people getting so obsessed? What's going on? Show us, spirit. Show us. All right. Let's start with these from the middle. Sit these here. Sit these here. All right. Let's see. All right. So our first card is the King of Cups. Two of Wands in reverse. And here we go again. Two of Cups. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of duality. Okay. So emotionally, these people start having thoughts about what they could be. And what I mean by that is they may not be a person that is popular. They may not be a person that has, many friends. They may not be welcomed in society. So, going back to the previous set of cards, we were talking about that fracturing of the mindsets, that instability. They want emotional stability, and they start thinking about how they can become more. They want more. They want to be more. They want to be seen as more. And emotionally, they don't have it. And that starts to really work on their mind, their thoughts, because we all want to have a place in society. We want to have a place. We want to have a space. We want to be, but some people just cannot be who they are. They want to be who other people are. And sometimes other people just have more light, more, that je ne sais quoi. You can't put your finger on it, but some people have it, some people don't, right? And so in their mind, they want more. They want to be more. And that's, starting to go down what could be a dangerous path. Now, this Two of Wands in reverse, again, we're talking about balance. They are unbalanced. And so this is going to start to be where the unbalanced thought processes kind of start pushing out, okay, well, maybe let's try doing this, because they're trying to go after the glory. And when I say glory, I don't mean like, oh, they want to be like famous or whatever, but they want to be more. People who are not more. People who do not have that light. People who do not naturally attract others. It's something in them that makes them start to think about what they can do to be more. And many times it's unhealthy. And this is starting to take place and take root in the form of actions, being off balance. So this is the beginning of not making plans, but this is the beginning of, well, it's not so bad that I did this because I just want to be this. It's not so bad that, it was just a little thing. It's starting to come out, it was just a little thing. It's not that bad, right? This is it. This is going down that path. And again, they want to be. They want to be. They want to be. And sometimes they're doing it for partnership, for friendship, to have that alliance with business, a benefactor. Sometimes they want to be and they aren't. So they start coming up with these little things to try and see how can they carve out, will this work? Because they need to be more. So this is getting into doing things, the thought processes becoming the whispers, and the whispers that start becoming voices, that start becoming, okay, we'll do this. And it's not, this is not spirit telling them to do these things. This is their ego, their inner person that's making them do that. That's talking to them. Okay, because they want to be more. They want to be more and they aren't more. So now they're starting to think about, what can I do to be more, to do more, to be seen as more. All right. And this one here, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Swords, 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so yeah, we're having this, and it's interesting to see these cups here and these swords here, because these cups and these swords, if you understand energetics, this is the beginning of, this is the merging of the emotions and the thoughts, and it's kind of like which one is driving which. But I'm saying that this is an emotional thing that's going to start driving the thought processes to do more, to be more, to be seen, to be that it, to be out in the open, to be out in the front. And make no mistake about it, they are working hard on doing this, because like I said, in their mind, this engine is starting to crank up. So this 8 of Pentacles in reverse is saying they're starting to do the work. They're starting to lay the groundwork, because in their mind this makes sense. In their mind, what they're about to start doing makes sense. And again, these are things that they're only sharing with themselves. They aren't doing this work out in the open. This is an internal conversation that they're having with themselves, that it's okay to start doing these things. And they are completely fine with doing them. In their minds, this is okay to do. This 4 of Swords said this is okay to do. They are literally going to bed every night. This is fine. This is fine to do. It's fine to start listening to their ego, which is bringing them, to go forward with doing some things that are a little. It's okay, because in their mind, again, it's little. It's just this little bit. It's just this little bit, because again, the goal is to be more, is to be seen as more, right? Yeah, that they're not losing any sleep over what it is that they're trying to do. They're not losing any sleep about it. It's completely fine. This, in their mind, all of this is fine. In their mind, that this is fine to do. They're not losing any sleep over it. There's no conflicting thought processes in their mind about the things that they're going to do to try and reach this goal. They're fine with it. They're fine with it. So in their mind, overall, they want to do more. They want to be more. They want to be seen. They want to be the popular person. Like I said, they may not have had, a boyfriend or a girlfriend growing up, or they may not have been popular in school, or they may not have had a lot of friends. They're the person who is always reaching out to others, but people don't reciprocate to them. All these different things that's happening in their lives, that happen in their lives. Because remember, we looked at the upbringing that was of no fault of their own. All of these things are forming in their minds. All these things are forming, and now they're just like, well, life dealt me some crappiness. And since I'm not naturally more, they're not naturally this, they have no problem with starting to work on things to try and bring them this. The problem is that they're not going to lose any sleep over the way that they will harm others in the future. They're not losing any sleep over it at all. So this is actually very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these cards back in the deck. We're going to shuffle. And then we're going to start looking at their actions. So let me put these back in so I can shuffle. And then we're going to start examining the energetics and why people become obsessed and the actions that they take. We're gonna start looking at their actions as soon as I finish shuffling. So this is very, very interesting. This is very, very interesting. And again, I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not here to diagnose any particular person. Like I said, we are just looking at the energetics and the reasonings behind why some people are obsessive and do these things that are detrimental to other people, right? All right. So one more shuffle. That was a good one. All right. All right, Spirit, show us the energetics behind the actions of why some obsessed people do what they do. All right, let's see what's here. Let's take off 1, 2. All right, let's set this here. Okay. All right, so let's see. 8 of Wands in reverse. 7 of Swords. Queen of Swords. Interesting. All right, so give me just a second. So, okay, so this 8 of Wands. This is definitely not surprising. Okay, so this 8 of Wands in reverse is showing that when it comes to actions, these obsessed people, they're very busy. They're working on a lot of things. And notice that this is an 8. It matches up energetically with the energy of 8. We just saw the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, right? So this is the 8 of Wands in reverse. These people they are working very hard and they are putting things in motion. And again, they're doing these things in secret. Now, the thing about it that is somewhat shocking, but it isn't shocking, is this Queen of Swords in reverse. And this Queen of Swords in reverse is telling me that these people, when they start putting their plans, when they start actually doing their plans and they're working all this stuff in secret, these people think that they are the smartest people in the room. They think they are the smartest people in the room. They think that they have planned perfectly and that they are getting ready to execute plans perfectly. They're not. But remember, in their minds, this is okay. In their minds, they're not doing anything wrong. So it doesn't surprise me that they think they are the smartest people in the room. They think that what they're doing hasn't been done before, and they don't think that they're going to be found out. Okay? They don't think that they are going to be found out. Remember earlier we were looking at the moon card? This moon here. Notice we got a whole eclipse going on, right? In this picture. What is done in the dark, it comes out into the light. It's a saying, it's very popular. This is the truth about it. Because again, they think that what they're doing is being done in secret. They think it hasn't been done before. They think they're the smartest people in the room. They think they have the one up because they're doing things in secret, but it always comes out. Whatever it is, it always comes out. It always comes out. They are out here working real hard. Yeah. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Wands. And Five of Wands. All right, so my eyes went straight to this Queen of Wands. And what this Queen of Wands is telling me, that when it comes to the actions of what these people who are obsessed, the things that obsessed people do, they like to enlist the help of others. I don't know if you can see these different people here in the background. They're setting things up so that they can take center stage, right? Because like we just looked at, they want to do more. They want to be more. They want to be seen. A queen is normally seen, right? These people are enlisting the help of others, or are weaving others into their plans, but they try and do it on the low and on the sly to make it seem like no one else is involved. But they are out here getting other people involved in the mess that's due to their illusions of grandeur. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. What they don't know is that this is creating conflict. It may not be conflict that we see right now, but this is going to be more unbalanced energy, and it's going to come out in the future for these people who are obsessed, who do these obsessive things, who start lying and being deceitful. It's going to come out in the future, and it's going to be more that they can handle. But remember, they were making all these grandiose plans because for whatever reason, God, the creator, and spirit have deemed that they are not the it people. Like I said, some people just have that charisma, that attractive energy, and some people don't, and that is okay. But these obsessed people, these people who are obsessed with other people, these people who will do and say some of anything to be out in the spotlight, they're enlisting to other people, but they are writing a check that their behinds cannot cash, and it's coming in the future. All right, it's Six of Pentacles, and this right here is going back to, all of this is being driven by their past, their upbringing, whatever situations they were in that they didn't ask for, right? But they are very, very, very much unbalanced. And they're using that unbalanced energy which they don't have to, but they are. They're using their unbalanced energy to do whatever they can to be the it person. And a lot of it is going to be through deception, using energetics in an unhealthy way to bring about deception, thinking they're the smartest person in the room when they are not. Okay? They're weaving others and bringing others into their deception, into their webs of lies, into their schemes and their plans. But they don't understand. This is going to bring them trouble in the future. Okay? So, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Again, we're going to put these in here. And we're going to shuffle. And then we're going to examine. The last thing we're going to do is examine through the emotional aspects, somewhat the hidden aspects of obsessed people. All right. So while I'm shuffling, I'm going to say, if you are enjoying this so far, please give me a like to this video. Or if you don't like this video, thumbs it down. You are free to express your like or dislike. It's your right to do so. But if you're enjoying this, I know I'm enjoying it. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Because I plan on looking at the energetics of so many different things in upcoming content. So, all right. We're going to give one or two more shuffles. And then we're going to look at the energetics behind the emotions of obsessed people. And when they're doing this obsessive foolery, right? I think it's almost ready. All right. Put that here. All right. Death in reverse. And this is Santa Muerte. Death in reverse. The Empress. Here it is again. The Magician in reverse. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay. So, and all of these are major cards that we got right here. Major Arcana cards. So, emotionally, these people are not changing. Okay? They're not changing. But they're using energy to do their best. See, okay. Let me explain this. Okay, so they refuse to change. They refuse to change their ways. Even to the point of where they'll do anything to not try and transform themselves for the better, okay? Because what they don't understand is that you can be more. You can be more. You can have light. It's your light. You can't have someone else's light. Your own light, your own energy has meaning and it has purpose, but they refuse to see that. They refuse to change. They refuse to work and develop on who they are as people, because here it is again. This is what they want to be. But if someone else is already this, they can't be this. But they're going to work as hard as they can to try and be this. It's okay for you to not be this. It is okay for you to be yourself. But they are refusing to see and to understand they can't be this. If someone else is already this, you can't be it. No matter how much spirituality, magic, lies, deceit, no matter how much that you throw at other people, no matter how much you try and use everything around you to be something else, you're not going to be anything else but you. But instead of embracing who you are, you out here trying to be this. These people are out here trying to be this. And you know, it's funny because we say it all the time in society. And I think that sometimes society doesn't help the way, you know, they don't help when it comes to obsession. They don't help when it comes to individuality, right? Because society is so much of a herd mentality. You know, like you hear some people say, oh, this person is the next so-and-so. This person is the next so-and-so. No, they're not the next so-and-so. They are them. They are the up and coming them. They're not the next so-and-so. And I think that is part of what leads people to do all types of funny business. You know, be who you are. When you fully embrace who you are and you're comfortable in it, the energy can flow. But they're not comfortable in being who they are. Energetically, they are not comfortable with who they are, and they refuse to change, and they refuse to change and see that it's okay to be who they are, because everybody want to be this. Everyone can't be this. And so again, they're out here doing whatever they can, scheming, working, plotting to try and be this, to try and be out front. That's just not what it is. So let's see. Yeah, emotionally, they are out here just listen. Okay. The Wheel. Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Here we go. The Moon in reverse again. Energetically, emotionally, they are so, they do not love themselves. Emotionally, they do not love themselves. Emotionally, they think that everything that they're doing to try and be someone else, to try and be more, they think that this is what's going to make things better for them. That this is what is going to bring them luck. That this is what is going to bring them fortune. But it's not. All it is leading to more cycles of illusions of grandeur. Things that are unnatural. Ugly emotions. That's all this is doing. Emotionally, they refuse to sit in who they are. So they're trying to do everything to be who they aren't. Like I said, everyone can't be this, and that is okay. But again, like I said, society doesn't help at all either, because society tells us that everyone is supposed to be this. Everyone is not supposed to be this, and that is okay. You are supposed to be yourself, even if that means you don't have the light of someone else, and you won't, because you are not someone else. And it's just sad that they're just using this energy, this beautiful energy, to try and push and create something that isn't meant to exist. We are supposed to move with the energetics of time. We are supposed to sit in our energy and use our energy to be what our energy is made for us to be. But no, when you reject your natural energies, when you reject your specific purpose on why you're here on this planet, because you're trying to be something else. And again, I get the whole childhood part. We don't ask for, the things in our childhood we don't ask for. But it doesn't mean that we have to start doing this. It doesn't mean that we have to start doing that. And when we start trying to be things that we're not, it leads us to unhealthy thought processes, which turn into unhealthy actions, which are based in emotions that don't have to be. Because we are supposed to be who we are, and we're supposed to fulfill our purpose here on this planet. But all this being unbalanced, I know you all noticed the amount of reverse cards, all this unbalanced energy, all this doing all this obsession with people it's the obsessions that people have with others is rooted in so many different things. There's so many different types of energetics are working at one time. But at the end of the day, these people are unhappy with who they are. They're unhappy with their past, and they are trying to do anything and everything to be something that they are not. And we just saw through all these different cards, all these different situations, all these different scenarios that, these people don't think that what they're doing is wrong. They're fine with it, So it's very interesting. And just know that if you have people in your life that are obsessed with you, or narcissists, they're out here trying to copy your entire vibe, your entire lifestyle. They're out here trying to sabotage you. They're out here trying to, be you, take over, just know that these people have things that they need to work on. And you don't have to have them in your life, but now you know a little bit better about what's going on. Now you can choose how you deal with them accordingly, and you know that they can't be you. So just make sure that you stay safe around these people, because some people go full on single white female. Some people will try to, enlist other people to talk bad about you, to lie about you, in schemes and attempts to bring you down, but it's really not you, it's them. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Again, if you like the content, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.